One of the worst feelings is the feeling of your sleeves sliding down your wrists as you wash your hands.
That's when you cling your arms to your body to prevent your sleeves from sliding down further. Also referred to as the careful T-Rex. And the splash of water on your stomach when you're washing dishes. Or when you're putting on your jacket and your sleeves slide upwards. Or when you're taking a piss in the urinal and you can feel the small sprinkles in your hand. I dunno, ever sat on one of your testicles?
We all joked that Hollywood wasn't giving Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar so he would keep making great movies. And he hasn't been in one since he won his Oscar.
The Academy has given Leo an Oscar. Leo is free. According to his profile on IMDb, he's got several projects in development. Taking some time off while he's still relatively young enough to enjoy it seems okay to me. He is 44 now after all. Since today is his birthday, he's currently filming a movie with Brad Pitt and Quentin Tarantino. The man was attacked by a bear and left for dead. I think we can let him take a couple's years off. No, but seriously, I think actors like to work in sprees then take a break. Ryan Gosling sort of does the same thing. Think about Drive and Before the Big Short, Blade Runner. He's currently shooting Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which will win some Oscars for sure. Like all Tarantino movies do. Maybe he'll get his second.
We feel safest at home despite being surrounded by approximately 240-volt wires. Endless water resting at 80 to 120 psi and explosive methane gas. All in pipes and wires which were installed who knows when. By a person who may or may not have ignored safety standards they felt were unnecessary at the time.
Joke's on you. I know exactly how unsafe all the work I did on my house is. It's why we don't use the basement bathroom. Monkey brain say cave safe though. You're the worst. Same goes for our place in the universe. You're surrounded by endless vacuum and heat decay. Black holes spitting intergalactic planet-killing gamma-ray death lasers all over the place. And 10 kilometers wide 10 kilometers per second asteroids that are invisible. The whole world rests on a pinhead. Complete and total annihilation, always a possibility at any moment. Never truly safe. Always in grave danger. Your very existence a joke in the eyes of probability. Edit. Changed a word. Bold of you to assume I have a home.
If centaurs were real, the bottom half would start walking around immediately after being born, while the top half would be all floppy for the first 2 years.
If centaurs were real and we ate them and you ordered ribs at a barbecue restaurant, you'd have to specify which ones. Centaurs have 6 limbs and are therefore insects. Technically, everyone is already half centaur. They could just gestate longer if baby head to mom's pelvis size isn't an issue. Just because something looks human doesn't mean that it is human. A centaur is half human and half horse. But 100% centaur. It is a different creature altogether and their anatomy would be different. They would call a centaur doctor, not a human doctor and a veterinarian.
Due to coin flips, George Washington still makes decisions to this day.
I heard when he and his soldiers crossed the Delaware River, a shallow river, to attack the British, he flipped a coin over Roe versus Wade. Oh crap, then he's the reason I ate eggs Benedict this morning. All of you know I use a Canadian quarter, so it's the Queen and a caribou that make my decisions. And #X200B. Edit. Caribou not reindeer. Edit X2, caribou and reindeer. Because apparently they're technically the same and I was correct the first time. I use pennies, Lincoln FTW. George Washington turning in his grave.
Deciding to become a parent is like choosing to take care of a drunk person for 13 years straight, and a hungover person for the next 5, then paying for their rehab for the next 4.
Sitting in the delivery room, lol thanks fam. We're in the drunk, suicidal toddler phase. Crazy little shit. And their rehab just ends up being the opposite of rehab. Then adopting a baby must be finding a homeless drunk and then taking care of him. Yep, I'm currently sponsoring 2 drunks and 1 hungover. Created rehab funds for all of them. But they aren't growing like I'd hoped.
Everyone talks about how traveling back in time and doing something small, like killing a butterfly, can drastically change the present. But no one talks about how doing something small today, like planting a tree, can drastically change the future.
What if someone went back in time and did nothing but plant trees? Every time I kill a mosquito, I gleefully dream of the untold billions of its descendants I am murdering in that moment. Edit. Thanks for the gold. My first. Gonna plant a tree and kill a butterfly. Shake things up a lil. I planted a tree today, so there. Well, that's because the future is undetermined. You basically have no idea what is gonna happen. But when you travel back from an existing universe where things have happened, changing a small thing could change the present as you know it.
Humans must be a very confusing species to wild animals. One minute a human might be trying to kill them and the next minute another human is trying to help them. We are the least consistent predators on the planet.
TBF, humans are a confusing species to humans as well. Op never had a cat. Everything we do must be weird to wild animals. Even pets are probably baffled as to why we sit there staring at glowing screens like we are hypnotized. Can elephants tell the difference? I mean, dogs vary to this degree as well, though their loyalty is usually earned.
Being lonely is believing you've received a message when it's just your battery at 15%.
Where is my phone? I know I'll call it to find it. Asterisk asterisk finds phone asterisk asterisk. Ooh, missed call. Or even worse, when your phone vibrates. You get excited thinking that someone texted you and you realize that it is that physical exercise app that you installed months ago and opened twice, saying that you haven't done absolutely anything in the last few weeks. Or when your text message alert dings. It's from your carrier, letting you know your monthly bill is ready. Being lonely is getting a text and assuming it is low battery. Sometimes my phone vibrates in my pocket even though I am not having it on me.
The first time someone steals a spaceship and flies away is going to be epic.
What's the quote? If you ever get abducted by aliens, steal something. Let's call them Team Rocket. Somali space program. I hope it's called the Heart of Gold. Removed.
Spicy wings are the absolute pinnacle of human evolution. You are eating the wings a bird uses to fly away from predators covered in the chemical that's spicy. Plants use as a defense mechanism.
Usefulness to humans is basically the evolutionary jackpot though. The hot pepper's defense mechanism didn't backfire. It succeeded in a different way. Not only that, but they took all the wings from several chickens and put them all together. Imagine if someone had a crate of just the arms of people. A giant fuck you to nature. Go ahead, get a defense mechanism against badass. Edit. Holy shit. Went to a kid's birthday party and this blew up. Edit. My first gold. And it's about screwing over nature. Sounds about right. Plus the chemical that makes spicy wings spicy only affects mammals. Since mammals chew up the seeds of the pepper plants, birds aren't affected by the spiciness. So, we slathered hot sauce on the dead flesh of an animal evolved to not taste the pain. Then we dipped them in blue cheese dressing. Mold being nature's way of telling you this shit will fuck you up.
Referring to your employees as family is the corporate equivalent to telling a prostitute you love her.
My employer treated me just like family. After being with them for 18 years, they kicked me out. Removed. Removed. That's why we expect you to work nights, weekends, and holidays because that's when family should be together. One of the hardest lessons to learn, HR especially is not your friend. HR is there to ensure you are not a liability to the company.
If Google continue to keep Google Earth updated, then in a few hundred years people will actually be able to virtually walk around in history.
That's actually a pretty cool thought. We're gonna be looking back at Google Maps as it is now in like 100 years thinking, isn't it so strange how the street views are all 2D and so badly stitched together? By then we'll have like full VR immersion with photorealistic moving simulations of people all seamlessly stitched together as norm. People already are walking around in history. What a time to be alive. My great-great-great-grandchildren. Really cool shower thought, though we won't ever know if you were right or not.